Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Welcome, everyone. There's seating in the front if anybody would like to move up. Just kidding. Okay, let's get started. Invocation and pledges.
Please stand if you're able. Heavenly Father, as we gather here this evening, we pause to give thanks for the gift of a new school year on the horizon and for the calling you have placed on every member of our Southwest ISD family. Tonight, we lift up those who may not often get to stand in the spotlight, but whose work is greatly appreciated. We thank you for the custodians who polish our floors, for the transportation staff testing routes and maintaining our buses, and for the child nutrition teams already preparing new menus. We are grateful for our teachers who will soon be prepping classrooms and lesson plans, and for the counselors, aides, office staff, and administrators helping to prepare our schools for our students. We ask for your blessing over their preparation, dedication, and unseen labor. Guide the decisions made by this board tonight and throughout the year. Let every conversation and plan reflect our shared mission to serve every child. We ask all these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank you.
Okay, recognitions. I understand we have
Yes,
one.
we have one recognition, and Roger's going to lead us in that.
Do this one. All right. So first up, actually the one we have today is Hunter Douglas. Hunter Douglas from Southwest High School. Southwest High School and the Career and Technical Education Department are proud to recognize Hunter Douglas, a rising 11th grade student and who has achieved remarkable success in HOSA, Future Health Professionals. This organization prepares students for careers in the health sciences. Earlier this year, Hunter competed in the area HOSA competition held at Steele High School, where he earned first place in his event, Life Support Skills. This victory automatically qualified him for the state competition, an exciting and unprecedented step for our HOSA chapter. At the state HOSA conference held at Kalahari Resorts in Round Rock, Texas, Hunter once again proved his exceptional capabilities by taking first place, making him eligible for the prestigious International Leadership Conference. Representing Southwest High School on the national stage, Hunter traveled to Nashville, Tennessee, where he competed against more than 30 of the nation's top students in the life support skills event. We are thrilled to announce that Hunter has earned a place as a top 10 finalist and ultimately placing in the top 5 in the entire nation. The Life Support Skills event is one of the most demanding in HOSA. It challenges students to respond to real-life medical emergencies using basic life support and first aid techniques. Hunter's success marks an historic milestone for Southwest High School and is the first time in any of our students in HOSA have advanced beyond the area level, let alone achieved top national honors. This remarkable achievement would not have been possible without the dedication and support of those who guided him along the way. We would like to extend our deepest gratitude to Ms. Erica Adamus and Mr. Anthony Garrity, excuse me if I messed up your names, for their mentorship and encouragement throughout Hunter's journey.
So what do you think of the chances of doing this again next year? Oh, that's awesome.
And a great opportunity, and thank you to all the school board members who would have hosted at our high school for everything that you do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Dr. Bonnie's family.
Oh, yes. Thank you. If we could have Hunter's family, please stand so we can recognize you. And those are all the recognitions we have for tonight.
Yes.
Thank you. Anyone sign up?
No, sir.
Okay, nobody signed up. And that is really the most exciting part of this meeting, okay? So if the parents and Hunter would like to excuse themselves, they can at this time. If you want to stay for the whole rest of the meeting, you're welcome as well.
I certainly appreciate the opportunity.
Okay,
Take your offer.
thank you again.
Thank y'all so much.
Okay, board, before we go into the consent agenda, we're gonna strike item F. okay, till we get more info
Student code of conduct.
on some items that need to go in there. So we're not gonna approve that item at this time.
Or IJK.
And then on items of information, we're going to not have I, J, and K. We just haven't gotten the information from TASB or from anyone else to help us in developing this policy on cell phones due to the new law. Okay, do I have anyone that disagrees or wants to stay?
I move that we approve the consent agenda after we remove item F.
And items of information,
Not yet, right?
you can do it now.
And also that we remove I, J, and K from items of information.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Agenda has been amended. Okay, now consent agenda, you've had that before you. Any questions, any other items that you'd like to have pulled? Hearing none, all in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, items of information, construction update.
Yes, we'll have Thomas, he'll come and start bringing up. We have quite a few projects that we're gonna cover tonight.
First, we're gonna start with James Morris here from OCR, I'm sorry. He's going to go over the Bob Hope addition renovation project that is coming to an end. So I'm gonna turn it over to him as soon as
Mr. Vasquez, Dr. Ball, board members, thank you very much. I do have some good information to share with you, some good news. Thomas pulled it a little bit, but that's all right. You should get what you went from last time. So, all areas, all classrooms, offices, and the library are now occupied by the campus. The only things that are left are the corridors. We're redoing flooring in the corridors and doing new flooring in the gymnasium. And it's almost complete. Both of those items are also almost complete. So as you can see, the classrooms in area D are all ready. They've already been punched, and it already has a temporary certificate of occupation. All of the floors in the corridors shown in blue here, we were able to add to the project to kind of unify the rest of the flooring in the rest of the school. And then gymnasium, the floor is down, we're just waiting on stripes to be installed. So with that, we are still on budget. In fact, unofficially, we'll probably be bringing money back to the district with contingencies that were not spent. Can't give you the dollar amount just yet, but it's substantial.
Thank you.
August 1st is now our substantial completion date, and that's a month early based on the contract. The last things left to do are, the furniture is being delivered and installed currently by the district, and the playground equipment is left to be installed, and then we can wrap it. Is there any
Thank you.
questions? Wow.
I had shared that I would like to take the board on August the 5th after our brown bag. So whichever board member wants to see it, you don't have to, but if you'd like to, we're gonna have a brown bag on August the 5th. So if you would take a quick little tour, especially the library, some of the pictures that I've seen of the library looks great.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
excited to show the board the great project.
We're actually showing it off as well. So IDIA, which is the interior design component of our firm, it's associated for the professionals, are scheduled to review the library on July 30th.
Oh, good.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Next, I have Jorge Flores and Stephen Jackson for Southwest Elementary renovation. Jorge with regards to Baumberger and Stephen with Park.
No worries.
Come on, Bill, come on.
Good evening, Dr. Ball, sorry. And board members. We are here to present the Southwest Elementary School progress. The pictures that I'm gonna send are, if they were last week, they are too old. Bartlett Cog is doing a really great job. They are progressing very fast. They are on schedule. They're gonna open the school on time. There are 3 minor items that are not gonna prevent this to be open, and those items have been discussed with Thomas and Billy. Let's see. Oh, it's not. Okay, thank you. Right now, phase 1 is almost 80% complete. And phase 2 is, it has corridors and the grid and the ceilings are done. There are some few items that needs to be done. They are touching up details. Phase 2 is including the clinic, the administration, and some restrooms, and the gymnasium. Phase 1 is only classrooms. The rest of the phases are just classrooms, and overall, we think that the project is around 50% complete. This is your gymnasium. If you remember, it has just a concrete floor. Now you can see the floor is in place. We painted, and just to remind you, this is the only place that you allow us to use the blue, the school color, because it's the sports. The rest is different. This is the status of the corridors. We placed the tile on the walls and the accent tile. That is one of the staff restrooms with the tile in place. In the administration, we have the 4 downs and the electric already in place. Here is another view of the corridor with another color accent. The library is progressing, and that is one of the classrooms that already have the floor, the accent wall. It needs only the baseboard, and it's gonna be ready, and the tile is placed, right?
So that classroom has that accent wall?
Yes.
That's a beautiful accent wall. Does every classroom have that?
All classrooms, yeah, everyone has an accent wall.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's different, the color, it depends on the color of the
hallway color.
corridor.
That's awesome.
Here is some of the areas that are working right now is the main entrance, which this is where we are gonna have the pavers. And if you have driven by the site, you can see that the main entrance has already the rebar. This Thursday is gonna be poured, and next week they're gonna start erecting the canopy. So, you have something else to add? Any questions? And as I said, these pictures are old pictures because they were last week pictures, and right now is in much better condition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have the Elm Creek Elementary renovation. Lawrence Garcia is here with LPA. And James is coming up with George.
All right, good evening. Thank you, board. Thank you for your time tonight. I'd like to give you an update today on Southwest ISD's Elm Creek Elementary School renovation, excuse me. Just overall, so George is currently in 3 of the 8 phases of this project. Phase 1 and Phase 2 are very far along. Phase 1, which they started at spring break, is about 95% complete. And Phase 2, which has been the summer work, is nearing about 85% complete as well. Joris additionally got into Phase 3 and started their demo a little early, since those spaces were going to be occupied during the fall semester. So they got in there as well. Overall, this project's on schedule. Joris is doing a great job. Additionally, the total project is about 21% to date. So this is Phase 1, as you can see here. On the right-hand side, that's going to be a typical classroom, very far along. Floors are done, walls are done. They've got millwork going in. In the corridor, we have the floors remaining. And those may have actually started already this week. These pictures were from last week. And like a lot of your campuses, you do have the tile going in the corridor, and that is complete as well. So the Phase 2 portion of this project included the cafeteria. So here you can see two images of the cafeteria. We've got, let's see, framing and drywall ongoing. This back wall, which you can see in the left-hand picture, that has also been completely tiled as well. So again, these pictures from last week, there's been some advancement in the project. Additionally, we have HVAC devices being installed. And on the right-hand side, you can see the acoustic spray foam. So that's actually been completed and painted. So that's going to all be painted black. That kind of goes away once we get our ACT, the cloud that will go underneath that. So this is going to be a Phase 2 classroom. Very similar to Phase 1 in terms of the progress they've made. Millwork is going in. You can see the rubber base is yet to be installed, but the flooring is in. It's looking very nice. These corridor tile, that progress is a little behind the Phase 1, but I think y'all are grouting right now and cleaning up, so it's right behind Phase 1. So it's catching up. So these images are of the change order to the Elm Creek project, which are taking place at Indian Creek and Big Country. So this is a picture from Indian Creek. That project is very close to being complete. I believe it's Friday. This Friday, we're going to be doing our punch walk. So been really impressed with how quickly Joris has got this in, and it's looking very good. Big Country, as soon as, I think y'all have actually already moved over there. They're actually doing the same work currently right now at Big Country. So as soon as this gets punched, we're going to start focusing on the Big Country, same scope.
You replaced the millwork in all the classrooms?
Yes, ma'am.
Already? Oh,
All general classrooms.
the general,
Yep.
yeah. Nice.
Thank you. Any questions for us?
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Next, we have Crewell Grove School of the Arts, Casey Nunzio, Dustin Keys. Casey's with Huckabee, Dustin is with Marksman, superintendent job.
Good evening. Thank you for your time this evening as we give you an update on the Crewell School of the Arts. I have here with me Dustin, and things are coming along very well. Just to remind you of the exterior view of the building and the interior and all the different parts and pieces, the gymnasium and the cafeteria, which will be summer work of next year. And then we have in green all of the areas that we're touching as well as the corridors and the administrative wing. And here is just a reminder of how we're phasing the project. And as I said, the items in pink will be next summer of '26. And then we have Phase 1 and Phase 2 happening now to be concluded at the end of summer. Current activities, we're installing the corridor tile and flooring in Phase 2. Texture, wall priming, and painting is beginning. We are working in the administration area and starting to rough in plumbing as well in some of those critical areas.
actually right now, all texture, all wall out, everything's done, and all ceiling tiles going in, or the ceiling grid is going in right now. Fire marshal's scheduled to be here next Tuesday to do the final of ceiling inspection, and then after that, everything gets covered up.
And so, we are doing the ceiling grid, we're doing fur downs in the library's coming along very well. Here are some finished views of the corridor and the administration area, to the right, and next week, we'll be working in doing the casework for phases 1 and 2. We have a change in the casework as well, which is gonna be coming out Monday. Amphitheater subgrade preparation is starting, and the fire alarm and sprinkler system is going in. Also, the specialties will be starting end of next week. Here's some construction photos. These are photos of the classrooms and the flooring and the wall work that's coming along well. You can see that the grid is in. Lighting's not in yet, or it's almost in.
Lighting's in all classrooms right now.
All classrooms, okay. And then we have the library area with the fur downs and the millwork, pony walls going in, flooring. This is a week old as well, by the way. You know, you're hearing that as a common theme.
All ceiling grid is almost complete now and everything right now.
Correct. And then this is work progress in the corridors and the circulation system, so that was a big push this summer to try and get that done. So we've got the wainscoting tile up. The flooring is in phase 1 completely. I think we're starting phase 2 soon. And then ceilings and grid, as you can see, are coming along as well. This is the library, correct. So you can see the millwork and everything coming in. So lot of work left to do in the ceiling, but the walls and the floor are coming together. The flooring will be starting next week as well.
Fur
And-
downs are complete now.
Yes. So things are moving really fast on this job site, by the way. From one week to another, things look very different, summer work, so. And then I just wanted to show another image of what that library will look like when it's complete. And so I spoke about this just a moment ago, but phase 3 work to be looking forward to: gymnasium interior renovation, our cafetorium interior renovation, all the canopies on the outside, the exterior work, asphalt, paving, irrigation, landscape, also be re-roofing and redoing the downspouts and the boots to the drainage, to the storm, and then installing the windows and the associated masonry work and repointing around those new openings.
Questions, anyone? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Then we have Cornell Jimenez with Mark Locke, James Nitschke, and Brad James. Brad's not here. So this is for Alvarado Elementary.
Good evening. I'm Onel Jimenez and James Nitschke. We're very honored to be here to present an update to the construction of Juan M. Alvarado Elementary School. I know you probably have seen this already several times, but we're going to kind of give you the overview one more time. The site, as you can see, has along Titan Pride and Titan Crossing, so across from Resnick Middle School and also Legacy High School. There is parking along Titan Pride for staff and faculty, and along the east side of the school. We have the building broken up into sections A, B, C, and D, just for reference as we go through the construction process and talk about the different areas. Then the basketball courts are to the north, and bus loop is to the left of your screen. This is the floor plan with the two-story portion at the top, the single story with admin, and then cafeteria and gymnasiums, music and art are the area D portion at the bottom. And as you can see, this is the second floor portion of the classroom wing. So at this point, we're about 20% complete with construction. I'm 28% complete with construction. Work completed to date is foundation, piers, mud slab, and elevated slabs are done. Crawl space insulation in areas D and C and B, and part of A are complete. Soil retainers and backfill, with the exception of some crawl space access from the courtyard, is complete. Grease trap was inspected by the city and passed. Canopy pier caps are complete. Polished concrete and protective covering is complete. There will be a final finish after trades are complete, and then primary steel in areas D and C is complete. Work in progress at this time: underfloor installation of sanitary sewer lines and light fixtures in areas C and B. Underfloor insulation in area A is still ongoing. Structural steel and is now at the level of detailing and decking in the areas of D and C. A and B will begin once materials arrive next week. Summer work, utility connection, sidewalks and drives, ongoing. And cold form metal framing layout is ongoing and will begin soon, along with CMU that's going to begin in area D. So some photos. This is where we were last month when we met. This is the amount of steel that was installed at that time. This is where we are as of Friday. You can see that that's the gymnasium, the cafeteria, music and art classrooms, and all of the special ed, and on over into the admin, and just the beginning or the connection point, the entry area just before you get into the two-story portion of the building. This is some work that's happening that we are referring to as summer work. The drives that enter the school are being developed. So this part here that we see in the larger picture, that's going to be asphalt coming into the entry drive, and then the intersection of Titan Pride and Titan Crossing. You can see the sidewalk extends to that point and will cross over to the other side. And then you can see at the bottom here, that's also a portion along Titan Pride where a portion of the drive will be concrete as you enter into the drop-off. This is some of the underfloor. This is some of the less exciting stuff that we get to see, but this is insulation that we've been talking about in the underfloor and the piping and such. Project schedule, structural steel will continue on into August. We'll also see the beginning of metal stud framing and that portion of the work. And this is just a video to give you a little bit more of an overview and a sense of what's going on around the site. We have any questions?
Anyone? Thank you. Looking good.
It's not a question for you, just a comment for Thomas. Thomas, can you send me all of these electronically? I want to put out like a newsletter for staff, so if you don't mind. Excuse me? Oh, yes, perfect, perfect. Just want to keep them updated. That's a great progress you're making.
So, I'm gonna continue on, I think you have the RBK one.
Yep.
Your car wasn't able to make it tonight, so I'm gonna briefly go through their. So all of the pictures you'll see in this packet today are actually from yesterday. So it's a pretty accurate representation of where they're at. They ran their drone and took pictures, KenCom did yesterday. So just kind of looking from the intersection of the double arches and the visitor parking lot, looking back in the building, you can see as a lot of those screens and things are going in now. There's a few, where you see that wood on the bottom, the red piece there, there's some additional wood siding that goes on, but they're going to wait until after they pour the concrete. That way they can not damage it or splash it when they're doing that. So I'll just this is just a drone footage going all the way around. This is coming from where the Quonset hut used to be for the grounds crew shop, looking back all the staff parking area. That the bottom right corner is the technology server room where Jeff and his crew are at. So again, just another close-up coming around with the service drive in the back, leading up past the clinic and coming around the same, looking from the clinic back at the building there. Getting a little bit more close-up as we get into the building, all the metal panels. There's a few metal panels on the back side, I think we'll see it here in just a second, that are still, need to be done, and they're blue top now, basically graded out in between the two buildings underneath where that truck on the left there is parked. You'll start seeing the form work going in. They're gonna have the designed concrete that with the different cuts and layouts there, that'll be going in very soon as we progress through the next couple of weeks. So going into the building, first floor, this is kind of the far left side of the building closest to the staff parking lot. Just kind of an open office plan. That's where all of the workstations will be going in that we've already got on order and hope should have them here in October. Then it kind of just looks the same. Second floor though, with all the windows, all the full windows there that look out over the staff parking lot, and that's where the CNI area will be. Then your first floor, this is the opposite building, the boardroom. Your picture on the left, oh, I'm sorry, picture on the left is from April 30th. So that's looking from the dais out, and now they're progressing through here. So that's as of yesterday. The picture on the left looking from the dais out, and then picture on the right looking at the dais that once the walls and everything are done, the millwork will come in after that, and it's a built-in place round dais there for the board and Dr. Ball. So just a few of the project details. 80% complete through the middle of July. Like I said, the ongoing concrete work outside that's happening with the curbs, prepping for asphalt paving. If the weather cooperates, hopefully we'll be seeing that by the end of the month, starting to lay the asphalt there in the staff parking lot in the street between Child Nutrition and the parking lot there by Technology. And then for interior work that's going on, the glass handrail in the front lobby was being installed yesterday around where you look down in from the second floor and up the stairwell. The elevator is in. All it needs right now is final inspection and the cab to be put in, or the final pieces of the cab to be put on to finish it out once the other finishes are done. They were putting in the light fixture and trellis that goes in the break room kitchen area yesterday. Ceramic tile is ongoing throughout the building along with the tape float paint texture. So I don't know if anybody has any questions for me.
What is the completion date? Or what are they saying?
We are still planning on occupying the building in October of 25. We are hoping that the furniture has been ordered. It'll take about 3 weeks to install all of the workstations and everything, so we're looking to try and get that in mid-September. We haven't got an exact drop dead delivery date yet, but we're working on that with Texas Wilson. So the plan would be to hopefully be in the building by the end of October.
Do you think we'll be able to have our November board meeting yet?
I think that's a possibility.
He doesn't overcommit. Still a lot of work.
I was all waiting. Not the brown bag, just the real one.
All right, and then so outside of that job, if nobody has any questions, if you've been going around the district here recently, the safety piece of this with the district-wide fencing job is ongoing. All of the welded wire and chain link fence in the areas that they need to be are going in at multiple campuses. They've got 2 different subcontractors that are working at it. The Ameristar, which is like the wrought iron looking fence, has started arriving now, so we should start seeing that go up where they can actually finish all of the fence, the long fence pieces, and the gates are on order or on schedule to be here by the end of the month. So that little bit of trigger work there at the end to tie in the gates and put the poles in and everything. So that all of the elementaries we're still shooting to have by first day of school. I'm hoping that we're gonna have all the elementaries done. If not, it's gonna be very close, very soon after that. And then the secondary campuses will follow after that and be done by December. And then on the last thing is, we did get approval for our permit on the child nutrition freezer finally. So
Wow.
it was a huge day the other day and everybody was excited because it's been too long. So that job will start picking up again and moving.
Thank you, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Monthly tax report, we're doing a little better than last year, huh?
Yes, sir. We're at 97% collection rate, so
Yeah,
got a little bit more to get here in the next couple months to finish up.
looks good, okay. Monthly financial report, anything you wanna mention? Board members, any questions? Monthly investment report? Report on gifts and bequests? Enrollment report? Purchases over 50,000. Okay, budget update.
We have Scott to give us some information.
All right, all right, all right.
Let's write down the birthday boy here. There you go. All right, thank you, Ron.
Good evening, board members. Dr. Ball. Tonight, we're going to talk about where we're at with the budget here in July. It's not a clicking, but that's all right. I got an enter button. So we're going to talk about the budget, also discuss the compensation plan that we plan to ask for approval later on tonight, as well as begin the talk of the tax rate. So here we go. All right, this is the same slide. We've seen this now for budget presentations. This is just the assumptions that we use to create the budget with. I would like to draw your attention to the last 3 bullet points. Those are the ones that have been added to here most recently after House Bill 2. And then the last bullet point, we did adjust the teacher pay scale for the 0 to 2 years so we can stay competitive with the surrounding area. So we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. All right. This slide should look familiar to you. We show this every year. It's our discussion on the funding lag. It is part of our first report that we discuss the funding lag that occurs when the values change. So here we go. Sorry. Any questions on the funding lag? Oh, all right. All right. So we continue to work with Mo Casey for our revenue estimates based on the new interpretations of House Bill 2 and the other items that came through the state legislature this past session. And right now we are believing that we're at about $182 million revenue. So we are writing our budget based on those numbers. All right. Any questions on the revenue? No? All right. This is our projected labor costs with the 2% raise and the teacher retention allotment. It's going to be a little bit more than last month when I showed this to you all because we did, again, adjust the 0 to 2 year teacher expenditure salary, and that cost us about $200,000 additional. So, all right. This slide right here is a slide that we had to add. We got some bad news a couple weeks ago about the federal government decided that they are determining whether or not to provide us the federal grants. You may recognize these numbers from the presentation that Loretta presented last month. We had a whole hearing on these numbers. We had put a plan in place, and then 2 weeks later we were told to put that on hold. So our plan for these federal funds right now is we plan to cover the salaries for sure. The non-salary expenses, we're going to take a look at those. Right now we're kind of putting those expenses on hold. So that was kind of a big deal right there. So any questions on that?
You understand, because these are type of budgets that
Yeah.
we've had for years, $1.2 million. that we didn't take into account in our general fund budget that we possibly would have to come back to you all if they do not fund. So Title II, which is the biggest, that's all our coordinators and specialists that are the CNI folks that go around and help provide professional development. A lot of the budgets that we use for new teacher, all our professional development that's created by CNI comes out of this budget. So right now, we're gonna fund the positions moving forward. We're gonna kind of hold off on letting them spend any money out of the expenditures on supplies and professional development out of this budget until we get the green light that they're actually gonna give these, we need to figure out another funding. salaries and supplies and professional development that we fund out of those budgets.
When do they normally start,
This has
send
never
the
happened
money?
to us before.
So it,
Yeah.
These are just, all of a sudden, they just froze them and
okay.
said that they're under review.
Okay.
And they've already sent us our notice, so we know how much we're getting, but now, they have frozen them, and saying it's a possibility, they're gonna review them, so nobody knows what that means.
So of the 1.249, how much is salary?
Well,
Did you say that already?
No, we didn't say, we'll have to get that for you, but the majority of it.
Yeah.
The majority of that 600,000, is in salaries, also, I mean, all the money is pretty much in salary.
Yeah.
It would be probably 20-30%, it's not as bad.
Yeah, it's about $1 million.
So, I guess what I wanna know is how much, if you take the salaries out, how much would we have to still make up?
We have to make up the salaries.
No, I know the salary.
Yeah.
We're not, those are we're making up period.
Correct, how much we would
But
have to.
yes, how
Yeah, we
much
can get
is
you that
the
number.
additional that we would need so that it's fully funded? It would be 1,249.
Yeah, this will be the total.
Yeah.
All right. So, that brings us to the next slide, which is the draft of the budget where we're at currently. It's blocking the revenue, but it's the same revenue from the previous slide. On this slide, you see the 1.25 million is not included in the expenses. The additional $200,000 from that we put on the teacher pay is on there as well. So now we're looking at a $2 million deficit. And we're still taking a look at our allocations as far as our CTE, bilingual, SCE, pre-K, that type of thing. So this could change slightly, so.
So the 1.29 that we just talked about is not in here.
That's correct, it's not.
So
Because
if
we created this
worst
and this
case
came-
scenario, they don't give it to us, and if we decide to make it all up,
Yeah.
that'd go to 3.
This would go to, probably,
3.2.
a little over, probably 4 million, it would be a $4 million deficit. Right here. Oh, yeah, 3.2 million, sorry.
Yeah.
Great.
It's not the end of the world, but we were hoping to kind of get closer to that break even, because that's kind of been our goal this year. All right. That's kind of what our fund balance would look like with the current budget we have, without the 1.25. And moving on. All right. Child nutrition budget. All right, we got a nice photo in there. Photo op from some of the board members. Very nice. Anyways, we have the updated child nutrition budget. They are looking at adding a supper program, so you can see an increase in the budget. Previously, it's been around 15, 16 million. Winston's hoping to get to 19, maybe even 20. I told him to slow down at 19. We'll see what happens. We can come back if he goes higher, which would be great. But that's what that budget looks like so far. All right. And this is a debt service budget, and to keep in the theme with the construction, that is an old picture, but there's been some improvements since then. We saw a nice looking steel structure put on that building, but I digress. At the for the budget here, for the debt service budget, it's a little different this year. We have a lower bond payment than normal because we have a 27.5. We've been doing a lot of defeasance and we pay off early. What's that called? I can't remember off the top of my head. Defeasance, yeah. We're good. So defeasance, we're looking at generating about 32 million in revenue. We'll talk a little bit more about the different options for us as we talked about the various tax rates that we can offer. All right. So compensation, very important part of our discussion. About 83% of our budget is compensation, is salaries and staff. So we wanted to go ahead and discuss it before we ask for approval later on tonight. All right, so this slide right here kind of shows some of the areas around Texas that have already posted the raise and what they're going to do. You can see in the San Antonio, Austin area, 2% is about standard. You got the Houston, Dallas area, they're a little bit higher, but the cost of living is more there. So I believe we're in line. So a lot of pay scales have not been posted yet for some of these districts, so we have limited opportunity what we can compare to, but we still have something that we can do. All right.
When you were when you were discussing the 2%, did you have any conversations about 2% for professionals and then 4% for paras? 3%? Did we talk about that
We
at all?
didn't talk about that. I would say that, maybe it was 2 or 3 years ago, ago, we did, we really boosted our professional skill, auxiliary skill, and then on top of that, we did a 6% for them. So these are gonna kind of show you numbers where like our starting rates right now are very competitive from the surrounding areas. And we're very limited because we're trying to not, with the keeping it in mind with opening up our next elementary that our, you know, our deficit, we're still in it. So the kind of, the funding that we did get set aside from the state to cover the other employees is not a.
All right, so, long-range compensation plan, it's nice to know that our district is working towards a longer goal beyond just a typical 2%, 3% raise for our professional staff. We're looking at strategic compensation. In 2 years, our principals will be on strategic compensation. In 3 years, our assistant principals and teachers will be on that same plan, so it's pretty exciting. All right, teacher incentive allotment will continue this next year. Just want to throw that out there. I always like seeing the big checks, and that's a nice thing. All right, there we go. All right, so our pay scale, later on tonight, as we approve the compensation plan, the teacher pay scale here is shown. You can see that we've increased the starting teacher pay from 60 to 61,000, and that of course increases the uncertified teacher that we were proposing last month at 57 is now going to be 58. So just wanted to make sure that we're aware of that. Any questions on this slide?
How many, so if we had a teacher making, an uncertified teacher making 61
Grandfather.
was last year, or 60, whatever it was?
Yeah, let's say they started off and they were making 60 or wherever they.
60 last year.
So now they're gonna go down?
No.
They're not.
They're not going
This is
down?
brand new.
There's no verbiage that says that we have to decrease anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody we do hire.
Oh,
is
okay,
uncertified.
all right.
And if language comes out further for us, we'll let you know, but right now, we're not moving
Okay.
forward to decreasing anybody.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But we need to know, you probably need to know that if anybody that's uncertified, our DOI is going to be starting at 58, so that could be a
Yeah.
conversation, people might ask, like, why is this uncertified person that's only got 2 years making the same scale, so that's.
Cause we're grandfathering them?
Because we're grandfathering them.
Okay.
Just because we don't really decrease people's pay.
Right.
This is the new pay scale that we have for the teachers the professionals who were previously on the teacher scale, just a kind of reminder of what those positions are. And here's that new scale that we have right here. Also starting this one at 61,000, and it kind of progresses with the $1,400 raise, which represents a 2%. All right. We also have the counselor pay scale, same story here, $1,400 raise, and we're moving those scales up. So, any questions so far? All right. Starting hourly rates on our 25-26 pay scale. Just kind of wanted to show where we're starting. This would be for people that we're hiring from the outside who come to work for our district. This is not anybody new. This is just starting rates. And the next slide here, we can see how those starting rates compare to our neighbors and to Northeast, who's also posted their 25-26 rates. The other districts have not posted their rates. That's why I'm not able to compare. But you can see we're in pretty good shape. Looks like I was watching Northside ISD's board meeting when they talked about compensation. They were looking at moving their starting rates up to $15 an hour. So we are in the right direction, I believe. So, any questions on that? All right. Sub-pay, same story. We are, I think last year we did a pretty good job getting those where we needed to be, and I think we're in a good situation now. And you can see our rates are right in line with our neighboring districts. So, any questions on the sub rate? No? Any questions about compensation before we move on to tax?
No.
All right. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the INS tax rate. The M&O rate is pretty cut and dry with a couple of things we can add, so we don't have as much flexibility. But with the INS rate, we do have some flexibility. Currently, as you all know, the INS tax rate is 43 cents, almost 44 cents. And based on our current projections, that would generate about $31 million for us, which would cover our bond payment and then some. As we talked last month, Senate Bill 1453 does kind of put some limits on what you can do with your INS tax rate. They really want you to only tax enough to cover your bond payment. So there's some interpretations on what that is. We're still talking with Mo Casey. We actually have a webinar on Thursday to talk about tax rate and kind of see what their recommendation is. But we just kind of wanted to show you what different scenarios could look like for us. So right now, if we taxed at the rate we're at, currently we'd get $31 million. We cover our tax and we could probably do some defeasance. However, we could lose our state aid, which is about 3.6 million. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So we're kind of still analyzing that. We're not ready to make a recommendation tonight, but we're just kind of looking at it. So, all right, any questions on that one? It's a little more tricky than last year. All right, so this is just same slide as I show every year. It kind of talks about where we're at currently for each M&O rate and the INS rate, and I kind of have the history on the right. And so we should get our certified values in about 10 days from now. And we should be able to get a better estimate at that point what our revenue should be. All right. So some important deadlines for us here in the business office and the school board. We have our bunch of meetings coming up next month, so looking forward to all of them, and then we'll do our final budget and tax rate approval on the 26th. So, all right. Next steps, hopefully approve the compensation plan tonight. If not, we'll bring it back to y'all next month. Hopefully adopt the budget next month and set the tax rate next month, and then September 1st, everything goes into effect, the new laws and the new fiscal year. Any questions on that?
Well, it's obviously better than what we thought of about a year ago.
Yep.
But we're not quite where we want to be yet.
Not quite.
Oh. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Mhm.
Are we able to attract special education aides at the starting rate when it's only 7 cents more than what it's starting?
70 cents more than,
I mean, it's,
really for us in our district, I mean, the other instructional aides, there's not a whole lot of them except for the pre-K. And so, I mean, I don't know if we have a hard time attracting aides.
We have classes that happen monthly for certification, and our classes are pretty full for the most part. It is a revolving door, for sure. We do lose them as time goes on, whether that's because they're graduating and then moving into teaching position. That is a lot of them. But so far, with us being able to now certify rather than going through Region 20 and having to pay the $300, that's actually an incentive for them to come to us, because otherwise they're going to have to pay that cost. So that's kept our classes pretty big for the most part. We've got another class coming up next week, and I think that's 7.
for the special education?
So what we've done is taken the burden off paying the $300 out of their own pocket to get that specialized certification, and the district now has certified trainers. So that's $300 that they don't have to pay out just to get a job.
Okay.
So by doing that, we have a lot more people interested in it, and we go through our sub pool of people who come consistently to sub and ask them if they would like that position. And so sometimes it's a right fit, sometimes it's not, sometimes they go back to just subbing, but a lot of them will be interested in it and keep the job. So it's a kind of a partnership we've done for that.
Any other questions? Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, item 7, we have no items. Item 8, business and finance. Consider approval of 2025-2026 compensation plan.
Yes, we're asking the board, recommend to the board to approve the compensation plan as presented tonight. For teacher raises, 2,500 for 3 to 4 years, and then, 5,000 for those that are over 5 years, and then 2% for the other employees.
What does each percentage cost us? What is the total for all the other employees?
It's harder to do, because in the past, we do like, if we did like a 1%, it'd be like 1.1 million, but that included the teachers. We haven't really got the number for all the other employees at 2%.
What's the difference between 2% versus 3%?
I'd have to run y'all numbers on
Just-
this. I mean, you're talking about this additional, I don't know if Scott's over here. Let me look at that. Well, no, there's that, you have that slide. pull up your slide that has the raises on there, you can kind of see what the raises are costing us.
All the way to the front. There you go.
There, right there.
There we go.
Yeah.
So we do receive 550,000 from the government for raises, so we are able to get that funding.
So there's 2% right now is costing,
So we got
so campus professional
five.
support, so those four numbers at the bottom there. So you're looking about $1,005,000, and they only give us 500,000 to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably 500,000 per percent, something like that. 600.
You're talking another 500,000.
Huh?
Another 500,000 for 3%.
Probably, yeah. But I would, and I don't really wanna, like, so we could we can go this route, kinda see where we're at, and then when we get to Christmas time, maybe think about how our budget's tracking. Cause I know,
Intention.
cause I know
Yeah.
that faculty likes
Yeah.
that, I just don't wanna announce it now if our
Okay.
budget's gonna continue
No,
to
no, I
blossom.
know. I'm just, I mean, the raises from around Texas, I mean, the ones that really would concern us, we're not gonna have people driving to Austin or New
Yeah.
Braunfels or Katy or Dallas. But, so SAISD is doing 4.
We had a
Whether-
conversation at the Bear County School Board Coalition, and there were representatives from all over town, all the different
Mhm.
districts. And SAISD gave a higher raise, and people were asking about that in the meeting. And they had been behind, they
Yeah,
had
they're
been
behind,
lagging, and they
so
had
Okay.
not
They're
been
trying to
getting
catch up.
raises.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were.
For a long time, they didn't even
$11, $12 an
receive
hour.
raises at all.
Okay.
So it's like.
And then Harlandale's 2, which is what we're gonna do, and then Northeast is 1. And we don't know what Somerset and.
Don't know what Somerset, I know that, Northside, I think they're doing like a 1.5, 1.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause they had a huge deficit.
Everybody's very concerned, and they're thinking long-term, because if they give out this year, that means that it's forever, you know, it's like,
Correct.
and they're concerned about what the situation will be as it, you know, as the session ends, cause it's still, they're still
Yeah.
considering other things.
Yeah, I think we go with what we have now, and then in December, like Brandon was saying, we look at possible
Yeah.
retention bonuses.
I move. A second.
We have a motion, a second. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Okay. Consider approval of purchase of surveillance cameras.
Yeah, Mr. Figueroa's gonna come up.
Present on this
Mark?
topic.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Back in May, we brought to our board the upgrade to our camera platforms. So we purchased originally servers for our campuses and at the district level. What we're doing now is we want to bring to you folks for approval is the replacement cameras that are going to outfit the rest of our district and upgrade the cameras. Most of our cameras are about 6 to 8 years old. The warranties have expired, and they lack the modern features such as facial recognition, license plate recognition that some of the newer models present. We requested quotes from 3 different vendors, Altex 360 Integrated and CDWG. The lowest bidder was Altex. They're also the vendor that ended up getting the server project. So once we purchase these cameras, we won't be paying ongoing annual costs for licenses because we're already gonna own the video management platform. Now we won't have to pay like we're currently doing with our legacy video platform, Linsec. So we'll own the servers, we'll own the programs, and once we are 100% iPro cameras, we won't have to pay annual cost moving forward, just replacement costs as they go out 5 to 7 years or so. Altex is a member of our Buy Board Purchasing Cooperative. We're requesting the approval of iPro surveillance cameras for district-wide replacement at a cost of $148,352.30. We will be utilizing Safe Cycle 2 grants as well as 2023 bond funds for this purchase. This time we were requesting that the board approve the purchase of iPro surveillance cameras from Altex at a cost of $148,352.30.
I move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Ludo. Consider endorsement of TASB Board of Directors nomination. Board members, there's two people for that position. One is the incumbent, Richard Senna from Bernie. The other is from Harlandale. I don't have his name in front of me.
Louis Luna.
But we only received a letter from Rich, and I know he's been doing a good job. Flo, I know
Yeah,
you.
I know him
you
very
know,
well.
'cause-
He's attended a lot of the LAC meetings when I was put on committee. And him and I were usually the only ones present, and I really like him. He's really a good guy.
To go public stuff.
He's very involved and very nice too.
So at this time, I'll entertain a motion.
Move that we support Rich Senna.
Okay.
I second.
Motion and second to support Richard Senna for position 20, is it D? Yes, position, Region 20, position D. Questions, anyone? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. We'll send them our endorsement. Okay. Consider approval of reinstallation of playground equipment at Bob Hope Elementary.
Yes, sir. So, if y'all remember, we had to remove the Region 20, the small, the pre-K through 1 playground for the addition of Bob Hope. Park Place Recreation was the contractor that did that removal. We stored all of the equipment here at the main campus. It is now, like y'all heard earlier, Bob Hope's coming to an end. Corey was, with KenCons, trying to clean up the site finally. So we are looking to have Park Place Recreation come back and reinstall the playground. There were some areas, like there was a concrete bike track and things that got destroyed during construction because of their location of the building. So we've gotten a Park Place to give us a new layout with all the same equipment and putting back the same as what was there when it was taken away, because all the equipment's still here, but as far as the fencing and everything, we'll have to add those back. So the district staff is recommending that the board approve Park Place Recreation designs to reinstall the playground at Bob Hope Elementary. And I think I just did the wrong one, didn't I? For a cost of $68,460.
For Bob Hope. Yeah.
Bob
I'm
Hope.
sorry, that was for Bob Hope. Did I say Alvarado?
The reinstallation.
I apologize.
Reinstallation for Bob Hope.
Reinstallation
No,
of
but
Bob Hope.
It says it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you started with Bob Hope.
Okay.
You ended with Alvarado.
I ended with Alvarado. I apologize. You'll know why in just a second. No, I'm just-
Okay.
So-
Members,
I move.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. The board approve Park Place Recreation designs for the, oh wow, it should
why.
say Bob Hope Elementary Playground for the contract amount of $68,460.
The number is right, the school name is wrong.
Okay,
I apologize for that.
we got it. Okay. Questions, anyone?
We're gonna go to the track after.
All
I need
all
it.
in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? That passes. Okay, now consider approval of playground at Alvarado Elementary.
Yes, sir. So with the surfacing project that we did 2 years ago and all of the elementary playgrounds that we've put in the past, district staff is recommending that we use Park Place Recreation through the buy board contract to put in a new playground for Alvarado Elementary to match the same as what we have at all of our other elementaries to keep the equity across the board for all those elementaries. So recommendation is to approve Park Place Recreation recommendation. Man, I have a bad night. The construction cost for that project is $359,259 and will be funded to the 2023 bond fund. The reason we're asking to bring this now, we need to get it ordered and on site. So as Joris is finishing their site work, we can get it in before they do the final irrigation and all of that, so we don't break things that are brand new.
Okay.
I move. Second.
We have a motion to second that the board approves Park Place recreation designs for the Alvarado Elementary Playground for a contract amount of $259,000. Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Thomas. Okay, now we have consider approval of change order number 1 for Southwest Legacy High School Addition Project.
Yes, sir. So Joris General Contractors is the construction manager at risk for the Southwest Legacy High School Addition Project. As a project team, we've come to the decision that we're gonna need to make a change on the DEC controls contractor. Not only has the district had problems with this contractor on the recent job at Bob Hope, but Joris has also seen problems in other jobs that they're having around town. Also heard the same from the East Central folks, that they're having similar issues with the same company. With that being said, the next contractor, it's a $970,000 jump to, I'm sorry, $970,157 jump to go to the next DEC controls contractor. We do, with the past history of what we've kind of gone through at Bob Hope, and the fact that the one that we're recommending to move to does a very good job with all of our, after the construction's done, we get all the maintenance. They do a good job responding to us when we need them. We feel very confident that that company would be the right one to choose here. So, the district staff is recommending to the board that we approve change order number 1 to the Southwest Legacy High School Addition Project in an amount not to exceed $970,157.
I move.
I second.
Questions? And hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Tomas. Okay, CNI, nothing. Special programs, nothing. You have something you want to bring up before we go into closed session?
Yes, just want to remind the board about convocation. The summer's going by very quick. We'll have convocation on August the 6th. Looking forward to that. We'll be honoring Dr. Versta as one of our pillars, and then Dr. Segura for one of our friends. And I did email everybody the invitation for Dr. Segura, but you also have one here also. So those are the 2 upcoming events.
Thank you. Board members, do y'all have anything before we go into closed session? Okay, hearing none. As permitted by sections 551.001 through 551.146 of the Texas Government Code, and pursuant to Code 551.074 for discussion on personnel, administrator, employment, resignations, reassignments, leaves of absences, contract renewals, pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071, attorney consultation regarding legal issues related to public complaint grievances. C, pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071 and 551.0821, deliberation and consultation with school attorney regarding pending special education complaint filed on behalf of a student before a Texas Education Agency investigator, TEA complaint number 202528264. We will now go into closed session at 7:09. Come back into open session at 8:14. Go to item 12. Okay. Superintendent's recommendations.
I move that we approve the superintendent's recommendation as discussed in closed session.
I second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item B, we have no motion needed. Other business.
I would just like to invite the board to our new teacher luncheon. It is on July the 29th at Resnick from 11:30 to 12:30.
Can you remind us?
Of course.
July
29th?
Yes, July 29th.
at Resnick.
It's been changed before, right?
Yes.
And that's gonna be new teacher.
You said it was at what time?
11:30?
Okay. Anything else?
See y'all Thursday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Board members, anything? No, this meeting is adjourned, 8:15.